You know, love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
That's how people identify you. You know, they separate you knowing your music and knowing your style and your image. So that's why it takes me a while to put things together, especially if I'm doing a dressy thing rather than a sporty thing. Because what you see here is really me, the baggy jeans and skull caps and everything. So.
Ebony, my love. Rebel, my love. Peace. Happy Pride.
Nobody suspected these R&B singers were actually lesbians, but the hidden relationships, secret heartbreaks, and coded lyrics tell a very different story. Lisa Left Eye quietly navigated rumors about her sexuality her whole life.
But when I'm home, I don't use makeup. When I'm at home, I take off the hair and I wash the face and I become Lisa.
Missy Elliott faced her own storm of speculation, pouring her truth into lyrics and music videos while keeping her romantic life completely off limits to the press.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
These are the untold stories of soul legends who lived double lives in an industry that demanded silence. Aaliyah kept her personal life private. She was close to several women in the music industry, including Missy Elliott and Kidada Jones, and often chose baggy androgynous clothing early in her career. This style choice, along with her tight-knit female circle, led to speculation about her sexuality, though she never addressed it publicly. One story that has resurfaced in interviews came from a makeup artist who worked with her on a set. During a break, a male co-star made a homophobic remark toward a gay crew member. Aaliyah reportedly stopped the production and demanded the actor apologize before work continued. According to the artist, she was calm but firm, making it clear the comment was unacceptable. Publicly, she dated men, but speculation about her sexuality has persisted. She never addressed the rumors directly. Her private nature and refusal to comment have kept the speculation alive. Like Aaliyah, Queen Latifah faced years of speculation about her personal life. But unlike Aaliyah, she eventually confirmed her relationship publicly. Known for guarding her privacy throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Latifah avoided addressing questions about her sexuality, even when tabloids pressed. That changed in 2021 when she acknowledged her partner, choreographer Ebony Nichols, during her BET Awards acceptance speech, thanking her and their son. It was a rare moment of openness after decades of silence.
Ebony, my love. Rebel, my love. Peace. Happy Pride.
Rumors about Latifah's sexuality began in the early 1990s, partly due to her advocacy for the LGBTQ+ community. She played a lesbian bank robber in Set It Off in 1996, a role that fueled speculation.
$15 an hour, I'll be old. What I gotta do, sir?
She was often seen with Nichols at public events, but never confirmed the relationship until that award show moment. Her decision to finally speak was viewed by many as a milestone. Just as Latifah held back for decades before speaking out, Missy Elliott has maintained tight control over her private life. Fans and tabloids have speculated for years about her sexuality, but she's never confirmed any rumors. That silence is part of her story. Some point to her lyrics and stage presence, bold, unapologetic, and genre-defying, as subtle hints. Her song, Gossip Folks, directly pushes back on rumors, with a refrain that feels like a warning. Don't let speculation distract from the work.
Please do not try to with this young buck.
Publicly, she said she wants children, but prefers to adopt rather than give birth. Behind the scenes, she's seen at events and in studio sessions with women she's known for years. Connections that fuel speculation, though none have been labeled romantic. Brandy's rise in the late 90s made her a household name, but fans noticed more than just her hits. Her close friendships with women, her emotionally rich songs, and a loyal LGBTQ+ fan base sparked quiet speculation. She has long stood as an ally, a clear voice for LGBTQ+ equality, and has said she will never stop fighting for that cause.
Oh my God, I absolutely love performing at Pride. I mean, the energy is just, it's really unmatched. It's just, and you can just tell that, you know, the love for music and the LGBTQ community is just...
These public actions didn't confirm rumors, but they added fuel. Some fans shared personal stories online, claiming Brandy had opened up to them about experiences that went beyond typical dating, though these remain anecdotal and unverified. Brandy never addressed rumors directly. Instead, she leaned into her artistic and advocacy work, choosing visibility through allyship rather than personal confession. That choice, like Aaliyah's silence and Missy's privacy, kept the questions alive rather than answering them. Following Brandy's private image, Monica steps into her own story. In early 2021, while on Instagram Live, a fan commented that she seems masculine, asking if that fueled the rumors about her sexuality. Monica paused, clarified she'd never been called masculine, but noted she was tough. She added, "I'm so good with who I am. Nothing bothers me anymore." That moment reflects how she handles speculation, not by denying it, but by pivoting focus to her own terms and identity. Her early stage presence brought a certain energy. Some called it masculine in fan discussions. Rumors of tension with other female artists circulated, particularly in the narrative comparing her and Brandy, though Monica later called that more marketing than reality. She's publicly dated men, including her recent husband, Anthony "Ant" Wilson, a relationship she shares quietly on social media. She let the marriage post stand without explanation or fanfare. That blend of silence, mild denial, and selective sharing allows speculation to persist. She neither confirms nor dismisses. Monica's careful balance between addressing rumors and keeping her private life sealed wasn't unique. In the mid-90s, TLC's T-Boz was navigating a similar spotlight, though her style and stage persona brought an entirely different kind of speculation. Known for her cropped hair, baggy pants, and low, husky voice, she became an icon of tomboy chic. Fans and tabloids began asking bluntly, "Is T-Boz gay?" She addressed it in an interview, saying she'd been labeled lipstick lesbians for years, but insisted she wasn't gay.
I have nothing against gay people. And I'm serious, I have nothing against gay people. I respect everybody's beliefs and their wishes, but I would like to say I am not gay.
Her tone was straightforward, not defensive, almost as if the labels didn't faze her. She stressed that her image was about comfort and self-expression, not orientation. Still, she refused to elaborate beyond that, even when her relationships with men, like NFL star Takeo Spikes, were public knowledge. The rumors lingered, just as they had for Monica and Aaliyah. In each case, a partial answer only deepened the intrigue, leaving fans to fill in the blanks with their own theories, sometimes more powerful than the truth itself. Coming after T-Boz's steady public image, Chilli's story carried its own wave of speculation. Known for her emotional stage presence and heartfelt delivery, Chilli connected deeply with fans. In the early 2000s, she was famously in a high-profile relationship with Usher, which became one of R&B's most talked-about romances. That pairing didn't quiet speculation. It intensified it. Public curiosity sharpened as their relationship played out under the spotlight, with every appearance and interview fueling interest. After the breakup, Chilli kept her private life close to the chest. In the years that followed, she avoided long-term, high-profile relationships in public view, and the lack of visible partners kept rumors alive. In 2023, she broke that silence by going public with actor Matthew Lawrence, openly discussing their relationship in interviews. Still, she's never addressed whispers about her sexuality directly. That contrast, openness about her marriage while maintaining silence on speculation, keeps the conversation going. It's an unspoken balance she's maintained for decades, letting rumors persist without inviting or rejecting them outright. After Chilli, Lauryn Hill represents a different form of public ambiguity. Lauryn's songwriting, intensely personal, poetic, and spiritual, has often been dissected for possible hidden meanings. Some listeners have interpreted certain lyrics as hints of same-sex attraction, though Lauryn herself has never commented on such readings. In 2013, she released Neurotic Society, a single that sparked backlash over lines referencing drag queens and girl men. Critics accused her of homophobia, pushing her into an uncomfortable public debate. Lauryn responded by clarifying the song was about the wider neuroses of society, not any one group. Her defense didn't satisfy all, but it reinforced her tendency to control the narrative without fully revealing herself. The combination of deeply emotional lyrics, occasional controversy, and a firm refusal to define her orientation has created an enduring ambiguity.
You know, love is an incredible thing, and we don't know love like we should.
For her fans and critics alike, that ambiguity fuels speculation. Lauryn doesn't feed rumors, but she doesn't shut them down either, leaving a space where curiosity can thrive without ever being resolved. Where Lauryn's style was layered and subtle, Adina Howard entered the mid-90s R&B scene with a bold, unapologetic persona. Her breakout hit, Freak Like Me, became an anthem for sexual freedom, especially for women in a genre that often kept female sexuality tightly controlled.
I want a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, just like me.
Her candid interviews and liberated image led to public curiosity about her personal life, especially after rumors circulated about a love triangle involving Brandy and Wanya Morris. Adina later admitted that the drama surrounding the alleged triangle contributed to career setbacks, but didn't confirm any romantic involvement with women. She has consistently framed her views on relationships as a matter of personal choice, once telling an interviewer, "If I don't choose you, you get nothing." That stance matched her image, confident, in control, and unwilling to be boxed in. The openness about sexual autonomy, paired with her refusal to clarify personal rumors, has kept questions about her orientation in circulation long after her peak chart success. Adina's openness contrasts sharply with Kelly Price's guarded approach. Kelly has always been a powerhouse vocalist, known for addressing serious issues in her music and speaking out on industry misconduct. But when it comes to her own relationships, she's almost completely silent. Over the years, fan forums and small online communities have speculated about possible romantic connections with women in the music business. These claims have never been supported with public evidence, and Kelly has never acknowledged them in interviews. Her focus remains squarely on her career, family, and advocacy. Because she has neither confirmed nor directly denied the speculation, the whispers remain in the background. Unlike artists who court controversy or play with suggestive lyrics, Kelly's case is fueled purely by absence of information. That vacuum allows small rumors to survive, even if they never reach the mainstream. She has managed to keep her personal narrative under tight control, making her one of the hardest figures in R&B for gossip to pin down. Kelly Price's silence sets the stage for Sunshine Anderson's similarly private approach.
What's up, you guys? It's your homegirl, Miss Sunshine Anderson. That's right, boss chick.
Sunshine broke into R&B with her 2001 hit, Heard It All Before, a track dripping with raw emotion and personal detail. The song's storytelling led fans to wonder about the real-life inspiration behind it. As her career slowed and media coverage lessened, discussions about her personal life took on a speculative tone. Some listeners, noting her guarded interviews and lack of public romantic relationships, began to suggest there was more to her story. Sunshine never addressed these comments, instead steering conversations toward her artistry, industry challenges, and life experiences. Her rare public appearances often focus on music rather than personal disclosure, leaving unanswered questions. This deliberate lack of clarity keeps her in the same category as Kelly Price, artists whose privacy unintentionally sustains speculation. Fans continue to fill in the blanks, connecting her heartfelt lyrics to imagined scenarios, ensuring that even without direct comment, her name stays in low-level gossip cycles. After the soulful vulnerability of Sunshine Anderson, another artist who stirred quiet conversations in R&B circles was Tweet. Bursting onto the scene in the early 2000s with her silky, sensual vocals, Tweet's music often carried undertones of intimacy and desire. Fans noticed a certain magnetic chemistry in her collaborations with Missy Elliott, not just musically, but in how the two seemed to effortlessly connect, both on stage and off.
Looked over to the left. I was feeling so good, I had to touch myself.
This closeness, combined with Tweet's emotionally charged and often suggestive lyrics, fueled whispers about whether her romantic interests extended beyond men. Still, Tweet never publicly addressed the speculation. She remained focused on her craft, allowing her music to speak for itself. Industry insiders described her as fiercely private, and that silence only made the rumors grow louder. While there's no confirmed evidence of same-sex relationships, the emotional depth and honesty in Tweet's songwriting resonated deeply with her queer fan base. Much like Sunshine Anderson before her, Tweet's mystery became part of her allure, leaving fans wondering if the truth was hidden between the lines of her songs. From Tweet's enigmatic presence, we move to Mia, an artist who, like Sunshine Anderson, built her career on both talent and selective privacy. Known for her sweet yet sultry voice and sharp dance skills, Mia entered the spotlight in the late 90s and quickly became a household name. Over the years, her romantic life remained almost completely off the record, despite constant public curiosity. This privacy, combined with her strong queer fan base and the themes of self-love and empowerment in her later work, sparked ongoing rumors about her sexuality. Fans speculated whether her ambiguous love songs were intentional nods to a more fluid romantic history. While Mia has spoken about love in broad, inclusive terms, she's never directly confirmed or denied any same-sex relationships.
Where the tone changes is when people start asking, why aren't you married? Why don't you? When are you going to have kids? How come nobody wifed you up? First of all, a wife is different than being wifed up. Maybe I didn't choose. It's not that somebody didn't choose me. Maybe I ran away for 7 years.
In a way, her approach mirrors the mystique of artists like Tweet and Sunshine Anderson, letting the music be the main story while keeping personal truths protected. For many, Mia's silence is less about secrecy and more about preserving control over her own narrative, refusing to let labels define her. Following Mia's careful boundary between public art and private life, Teedra Moses is another figure whose music and aura invite speculation. Emerging as a soulful storyteller in the early 2000s, Teedra's work is raw and emotionally charged, often touching on themes of longing, vulnerability, and self-discovery. Within queer fan circles, her lyrics, paired with her intimate stage presence, have led to persistent whispers about possible same-sex relationships. While Teedra has never been a mainstream tabloid figure, in underground R&B spaces, the conversation about her sexuality has been ongoing. Much like Tweet, she has never issued a statement to confirm or deny the rumors, leaving interpretation open to the listener. Her fashion choices and confident, fluid energy have only added to the perception that she is comfortable existing outside of rigid norms. The intrigue surrounding Teedra fits seamlessly into the pattern established by Sunshine Anderson, Tweet, and Mia, women whose artistry sparks curiosity, but whose silence allows the mystery to keep breathing. From the quiet speculation around Teedra Moses, we move to Joi, a bold and unapologetic figure in R&B and funk. Best known for her work with Lucy Pearl and her daring solo career, Joi has always challenged societal norms. Her fashion sense is fluid and provocative. Her stage persona electric and sensual, qualities that have drawn her a loyal queer following. Fans and critics alike noted her openness toward themes of sexual exploration in her lyrics, which sparked rumors about her romantic preferences. Yet, Joi has never labeled herself publicly, instead embracing the freedom of self-expression without explanations. Her unapologetic approach connects her to the same narrative thread as Sunshine Anderson, Tweet, and Teedra Moses, women who resist being defined by speculation. Joi's confidence in her identity, regardless of public opinion, is perhaps what makes her so magnetic. In a genre where image is often tightly controlled, she stands out as someone unafraid to live authentically, even if the details of her love life remain completely her own. Moving on, we have Deborah Cox, whose soaring ballads and emotional performances have cemented her status as a powerhouse vocalist. Like Sunshine Anderson and others before her in this narrative, Deborah commands a devoted queer fan base, her music often serving as a soundtrack to resilience and self-acceptance. This strong connection led to rumors about her own sexuality, with some fans assuming her empathy toward LGBTQ+ experiences came from personal experience. However, Deborah has publicly stated she is straight, married with children, and that her support for the LGBTQ+ community is rooted in love and advocacy, not personal orientation. Even with her clarification, fan speculation persisted, largely because of how deeply her music resonates with marginalized communities. Deborah's journey reflects the same blend of artistry and mystery that runs through the women discussed since Sunshine Anderson's chapter, a reminder that public perception often tells a different story than reality, and that sometimes the connection between artist and audience transcends personal identity altogether. After exploring Deborah Cox's journey and the way her vocal intimacy kept people wondering, it's hard not to think of another artist who carried that same ability to make music feel personal, Amel Larrieux. Known for her airy tone and deeply emotional delivery, Amel's songs often carried messages about love that didn't anchor themselves to a specific gender. This lyrical openness gave listeners space to place themselves in her stories, no matter who they were. That freedom in her art sparked quiet conversations among fans, with some reading her songwriting as a subtle sign of queerness. Amel never addressed these whispers, choosing instead to let her music speak without labels. The mystery only deepened as she avoided the tabloid cycle, rarely giving interviews about her personal life. Like Cox, her privacy wasn't about hiding, it was about control. And in a business where overexposure can define an artist more than their craft, Amel's decision to keep people guessing may have been her most powerful statement yet. Just as Amel's refusal to define herself publicly kept her artistry front and center, Faith Evans navigated a similar path, though under very different circumstances. Faith's career was built under the glaring spotlight of 1990s R&B and hip-hop, surrounded by public relationships with men, most famously the notorious B.I.G. But in industry corners, there were whispers of other sides to her romantic life, often tied to unnamed industry friends. These rumors lived mostly in private conversations and fan message boards, rarely making their way into mainstream press. Still, her air of mystery persisted. Faith didn't entertain or deny such speculation, perhaps because her name was already attached to enough public drama. Like Cox and Larrieux, she understood the value of letting some questions remain unanswered. That refusal to confirm or deny allowed her music to carry different meanings for different listeners. In a way, the speculation around her only added another layer to her legend. giving fans yet another reason to keep listening for clues that may never come. From Faith's quiet resistance to defining herself, we move across the Atlantic to Kéllé Bryan, a member of the UK girl group Eternal. In the 90s, Eternal was a chart-topping powerhouse, known for soaring harmonies and strong sisterhood imagery. Kelly's close bond with her bandmates and her more reserved personal profile led UK tabloids and fans to speculate about her sexuality at the group's height. The fact that she never made her dating life public only fueled the rumors. Unlike her counterparts in the US, Kéllé was working in a media landscape where tabloids thrived on suggesting scandals, often without evidence. Yet, she chose not to dignify the speculation with a response. That silence became a form of quiet defiance, letting her work speak louder than gossip. Much like Deborah Cox and Faith Evans, Kelly's story reminds us that sometimes the most powerful move in a rumor-filled industry is to let the narrative fade rather than feed it. Kéllé Bryan's ability to rise above the noise mirrors, in some ways, the approach Tamia has taken throughout her career. Tamia, whose smooth vocals and romantic ballads have soundtracked countless love stories, has lived much of her public life as the wife of NBA legend Grant Hill. Yet, even this high-profile marriage hasn't shielded her from the occasional whisper in online forums about her sexuality. These rumors rarely gain traction, partly because Tamia's image has always been tied to grace, stability, and a certain distance from industry drama. She seldom grants interviews that dive into her private life, preferring to focus on her artistry and health advocacy. This low-drama approach has kept speculation minimal but persistent, proof that in celebrity culture, curiosity often fills the spaces privacy creates. Like Cox, Larrieux, Faith, and Kéllé, Tamia has shown that personal boundaries can coexist with public success, even if those boundaries invite questions she chooses never to answer. Tamia's selective openness brings us to Tracie Spencer, a child star turned R&B singer whose career arc is as intriguing as it is mysterious. After making waves in the late 80s and early 90s, Tracie seemed to vanish from the public eye. With no public relationships to point to and very few interviews in her adult years, fans began speculating about everything from career burnout to her sexuality. Online forums became the main stage for these theories, often with little more than her absence as evidence. Unlike many of her peers, Tracie didn't attempt a comeback tour or reality TV appearance to set the record straight. Her silence became both a shield and a canvas for fan imagination. In connecting her to artists like Deborah Cox and Amel Larrieux, we see a pattern: women in R&B who guard their personal truths so tightly that the mystery becomes part of their legacy. Whether intentional or not, Tracie's disappearance has kept her story alive in whispers. From chart-topping legends to cult favorites, these soul singers have carried with them more than just their music. They've carried whispers, speculation, and the curiosity of fans who always felt there might be more to the story. For some, the rumors were fueled by lyrics left deliberately open to interpretation. For others, it was their reserved personal lives, the absence of public relationships, or the electric chemistry they shared on stage. None of them owe the public an explanation. And most have chosen silence, allowing listeners to fill in the blanks with their own interpretations. Whether the truth matches the rumors or not, what remains undeniable is their impact. These artists have shaped the sound and soul of generations, leaving behind timeless songs that transcend gossip. Perhaps that's the real legacy: music so powerful it inspires questions, connections, and conversations long after the final note fades. And maybe, in the end, the mystery is part of what makes them unforgettable. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.